Yeah, let's go. TOLOs, we're live here today at Ingles Market's 1500 Gear Highway in Travelers Rest up here in the sprawling metropolis, Cole. Man, this place changes. Travelers Rest changes every single time I drive through. I love getting up here, getting some of that fresh air in Travelers Rest. Want to see you TOLOs out here because we have a $25 Ingles gift card to give away. We're deep, Cole, into SEC Media Days, day number 3. Alabama was there. Texas A&M was there. Florida was there. It was a big day. It was a big day for SEC Media Days. There's just more trees, man. Less cars, more trees, more photosynthesis, more pulling of the carbon dioxides out of the trees. You know, on my way here, Cole, I was downtown Greenville, and there was like a dump truck, like a big work truck that was just spewing this black smoke onto the trees. And I got to think, man, those trees love it. These trees love it. Don't they just love taking all that dirty CO2 in so they can make clean oxygen for us? That's neither here nor there. I don't know how we got on this tangent, Cole, but we are live here today at Ingles Markets inside the Corner Cafe, Gear Highway in Travelers Rest. Want to see you TOLOs out here. It was a big day again, Cole, because Pete Golding was there, Mike Elko was there, John Summerall, and Kalen DeBoer. Maybe some of the heavy hitters finally showing up to this thing. No disrespect to Kirby.
It's a whole lot. And as long as they still have that A, unless they just fall flat on their face, it's always going to matter. A really big day at SEC Media Days already. Also, all those on the stream watching, let us know how the audio is. I believe, Diesel, if you have your little handy-dandy magic cable plugged in, we should be good to go, TOLOs. Let us know how it sounds. So you can watch the show live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. That's how you can watch. If it doesn't sound good, just bear with us. We'll
get it fixed.
We'll get it fixed.
To your point there, Cole, about the brand of Alabama football, it's interesting that you should say that. We're going to get to some audio here later on in this segment. Kalen DeBoer, the head football coach of Alabama, was asked, well, basically that very question from SEC Media Days. His answer was very, very interesting. But before we get into the audio from SEC Media Days today, Cole, let's jump into the conversation about the 5 new head coaches that are coaching in the SEC this year. And the question I have for you, sink or swim for the new head coaches in the SEC. And how would we define sink or swim, Cole? I would define swimming for a new first-year head coach in the SEC, having an equal record to what you had last year. And it's all relative, right, depending on the school. But having a record that is equal to 1 or 2 wins better than what you had, but certainly not dropping off, especially if you're like Pete Golding and you're at Ole Miss where the expectations are sky high.
Mm-hmm. No, it's interesting. You do have coaches, Diesel, that you look at and you think, okay, when it comes to sink or swim, you've got some guys who may swim for a little while, like Shane Beamer's still swimming right now. He hasn't sunk all the way. And I know he's not like a brand new guy to this year's SEC coaches, but he's still a new guy, new-ish guy. And he's not as new as the Alex Golishes of the world, but it does make you wonder.
Well, what's so fascinating about that, Cole, is if you go back to, well, we're not going to go through every single head coach that's coming to the SEC over the past 5 or 6 years, but, you can look at some of the more recent hires at their schools. And, for example, Kalen DeBoer from Alabama, he went 9-4 and 11-4 in his first 2 years. If it's anywhere other than Alabama, people are saying, oh, my God, that's incredible. Like, right, you hire Kalen DeBoer and recreate those results at Florida, the Gators fans are saying, oh, my God, we're back. This is great. This is amazing. And Alabama fans, they expect the national championships from Nick Saban. But still, to be able to come in and win 20 games in your first 2 years in arguably the first or second toughest conference in the country, that's an incredible thing. Mike Elko has come in and won 19 games in his first 2 seasons at Texas A&M, a place that has kind of chewed up and spit out really, really good coaches, really promising candidates, and he's just won 19 games in his first 2 years. Eli Drinkwitz took him till year number 4 for him to win 11 games. Lane Kiffin won 10 games in year 2. Sam Pittman, he ended up getting fired because it fell off the rails after this, but he won 9 games in his second year. Kirby Smart won 13 games, played for and lost the national championship in his second season at Georgia. And Ed Orgeron, Ed Orgeron won a national title. Brian Kelly had an amazing record at LSU, even though the fans there didn't love him. So, quality coaches have a way of coming into this league and making their impact felt immediately. For me, immediately is first year, second year at your school, being able to see some kind of noticeable improvement if you're one of those schools that's kind of wanting to climb that ladder and get back into the mix of things, or if you're in the situation, it's fairly unprecedented, the situation of like Pete Golding at Ole Miss being able to basically tread water, stay where you are, or just stay close to where you are. Can you say gig 'em on the radio? Is that FCC approved?
Planning, you got scripting, you got making sure the meetings run right, you got to focus on the run game. When you have a full-time quarterback coach like we do now with Coach Lynch, his sole priority every day is to create a plan, not only for Marcel, but for each of our quarterbacks to grow and develop every single day. And so I think he's done a phenomenal job of putting a plan together. And then I think each of our quarterbacks has done a really good job of putting in the extra work to come in and execute that plan. And so I just think the dedicated time to the position enhances the ability for a little bit more detailed growth in that room.
It will go in this section.
And, Diesel, Mike Elko, man, he's one that's interesting. Texas A&M, I mean, you think about what happened with Jimbo Fisher not too long ago, right? And what the expectations are. I mean, they returned 67% of their offensive production this year, A&M does, which is fourth in the SEC. They added on Isaiah Horton, offensive lineman Tyree Adams, offensive line Colin Eccles. So they've got dudes in this A&M team, man. They should be in contention. They've got the pieces, and when you return 67% of your offensive production, you should be in good shape. Mike Elko's a good coach.